Hey, how's it going? This video is going to not be as flashy as my normal videos, but I just wanted to get this out as quickly as possible. It still has pretty much the normal cutting, just none of the super flashy edits or anything that I wanted to put into it because, as you can see, it's a little over 20 minutes, and typically my videos run around like 10 to 15 when I really want to get editing in it. But either way, this is a very special video with Mama Benji, so I wanted to get it out regardless, and I hope you enjoy. And if you want to see more of Mama Benji, let me know down below. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoy regardless, even if it doesn't have all the fancy stuff. And yeah, tap that like button, join the like group by subscribing, and enjoy. Tell me, Mama Benji, do you know anything at all about Dead by Daylight at all?
Not one.
Okay, you don't know anything.
Sounds like,
Oh shoot! Wait, hang on. Let me turn the gain up. That again.
sounds like it's about zombies, but I don't know.
Okay, DBD killers. They're very violent.
Am
They,
I looking at one right now?
hmm?
Am I looking at one right now?
Yeah. This is one of them. This is called the Huntress. Now, how's it gonna work? Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down the list and I'm gonna tell you, for example, he's the Lich, but I'm not gonna go with him. I'm gonna exclude the licensed ones because stuff like Michael Myers. That one's pretty obvious.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go through the licensed one like old Mikhail or friggin' Freddy or something. But anywho, so you're going to be guessing their real names. So instead of the Lich, it would be what his real name is, although that he's just the Lich. At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the whispered one. Because in their I just accidentally exited that. That is Anywho, because in their bios, it pretty much immediately says their names. If it doesn't, I'm actually going to really quick pull up a tab so that, just in case I trip up a little bit. There we go. All right, we have all the names there, just in case it doesn't have that immediately. But anywho, we're going to be going down this list. There's a bit, but not like a million or anything.
So are these names supposed to be representative of their characteristic?
Yes. So I'm gonna give you like all of them are named the something.
Okay.
Like, so the Lich, the Trapper, the Wraith. Yeah, you get the pattern.
Okay.
All right. So starting with the Trapper. Now remember, some of these will have very silly names. Some of them will have very normal names. Some of them won't have normal names. That's just up for
wait a
you to
second.
guess.
The name I'm looking at is a name that his characteristic. I'm trying to guess his quote real name.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them, and I'm gonna tell you that and a little bit about them because I know pretty much everyone on here since I play a bit. So I'm gonna give you a brief description of what they do, and you're gonna guess what their name is. Some of them might have regular names like Bill or Jeff, but other ones might have more complicated names like Johanna or something, or Rebecca.
Okay.
Your only goal is just to make an educated guess. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just a fun little what the heck is their name? Are you ready to dive in?
Alrighty.
All right. So this is the Trapper. His whole thing is traps. He sets traps in different places, whether it be like doorways or around generators. Basically, his whole thing is traps. Big cleaver thing just gives him a big old bonk. He's about traps. What do you think his name is?
Let's start out simple. John Smith.
John Smith. All right. What is his name? Evan McMillan. That is his name.
Okay.
All right. Evan McMillan. So you have a taste of how this is gonna go. Why do I keep pressing the lobby? Oh my gosh. Next on the list, the Wraith. This dude's whole deal is going invisible. That is quite literally his power. Is he rings a bell and that's how he does it. And basically he has that thing that's basically just a spine with like a little saw thing and it hits and he smacks people. So what do you think his name is?
Looks like an Edgar.
And Edgar?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a last name or no?
Let's just go with Edgar and see what happens.
Edgar. All right. Edgar locked in. You know what his name is? His name's Philip. Philip Ojomo or Ojomo. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, his name's Philip.
Okay.
I'm telling you, some of these are just more silly. Like there's a joke that a YouTuber I watch named Demi makes that like if you want to not be scared of DBD, just call the killers by their real names. Like, you got this dude chasing after you, be like, come on, Philip, stop doing that. But anywho, this is the nurse. Her whole thing, teleporting. So she has these abilities called blinking, which basically teleports her a short distance, and then she smacks people with that bone saw. What do you think her name is?
Well, it'd be fitting if she was Florence Nightingale.
Is that your guess?
Yes, it is.
Florence Nightingale. Sally Smithson.
Okay.
That is her name. Her name is Sally. It's very, very fitting. That look like a Sally to you?
Trying to figure out if there are any. Just totally guessing, right?
Yeah, it's just guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just for funsies. Just for funsies. All right.
Okay, so basically they're all insane.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, some of them are more insane than others,
I've been reading their bios.
and then others are. Honestly, some of the bios are kind of sad.
I know.
So-
I know. One dude found blood dripping from an uncrushed car.
yeah, like some of them are really sad. Like there's one that I'll bring up that is honestly, like, in my opinion, one of the most sad ones. Next up, we have the Hag.
No, wait. Are they alive or dead?
They're alive. So the whole premise of DBD is the entity, right? And the entity takes people from the outside into its realm to participate in its trials, where basically there's 4 survivors and 1 killer. They die, but then they get brought back to life to go into the trials again. That's the whole
Okay,
thing.
so-
Technically they're alive, but like they die all the time, but then come back to life. The killers don't. The killers do the killing, obviously.
So even though they look like skeletal, they're still alive.
Yeah. Some of them will be more human than others, some of them will be less human than others. It's just,
Okay.
you know. But yeah, so this is the Hag. Her whole thing is making little traps. She basically bends down and makes little triangle runes in like the mud or floor or something. And whenever a survivor steps on them, it kind of like jump scares them, and she has a choice of teleporting to that little rune thing. So, what do you think her name is?
Julia Jones.
Julia Jones. Name is Lisa Sherwood.
Hey, it was not a lot of letters in the first name.
Not a lot. That honestly, applaud. There we go. Good stuff. Why do I keep pressing lobby? Oh my gosh. Can I stop doing that, please? The Doctor. And we're not talking about the Doctor. We're not talking about Doctor Who.
Okay.
So, you know, surprise, surprise. This dude's whole thing is he like holds up his hand and he shocks everyone in a radius. And basically, the more he shocks people, the more insane they get. And like eventually they have to do an interaction to make themselves not be as insane. But his whole thing is like shocking people. Like he has this little rod, he's like covered in electricity and whatnot. Has the basically his whole thing is like insanity and shocking people. So
Is he wearing glasses or those?
no, those are holding his eyes open.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think his name is?
Oh, let's see here. Dr. Gary O'Connell.
Gary O'Connell. Is that your final guess?
Yes.
All right. The doctor's name is Herman.
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 Okay.
His name's Herman. Oh yeah, dude. Like, dude. I'm telling you, it's so funny. Why do I keep doing that? Next up, the Huntress. So her whole thing are hatchets, which she throws. Pretty self-explanatory. She's like
Is she wearing a mask or does she actually have an animal face?
she's just wearing a mask.
Okay.
She throws hatchets. That's pretty much it. So what do you think the Huntress's name is?
Let's see. Annie.
Oh, can I stop you for a second?
Yes.
You were really close. If you
Anna.
just
Anna Kirkpatrick.
Anna Kirkpatrick. Well, there was a reason I was excited. And chat, The only thing I did was tell her that she was close, all right? You can vouch that I didn't tell you anything. All I said was you were close. All I said was you were close. That's all I said. Chat and God is my witness, all right? I did not give her a hint to that. Her name is Anna.
Okay.
So there you go.
Anna, she has no last name?
Yeah, she doesn't have one, so...
Okay, well, she does now.
Yeah, so basically... I swear if I keep doing that. The clown. So, his whole thing... Basically, he throws bottles of stuff at survivors. Which either, depending on which bottle he uses, either slows them down and makes them have a little bit of a dazed effect, or speeds him up and whoever's in the cloud. Basically, he throws bottles of stuff that makes like clouds of different effects at survivors, and that's like his whole thing. And he also has a thing about fingers, because his Mori, which his Mori is like he takes their I think it's pinky or something, or index finger, I forget which finger it is. He literally takes like a specific finger and like licks it and puts it in a pouch, I think. He collects fingers. It's very interesting. But what do you think his name is?
Sam.
Sam. All right. Simple Sam. His name is Kenneth Chase. His name is Kenneth Chase. The Spirit. Her whole thing is basically kind of disappearing into like another realm while she travels really fast, and then reappearing and like slashing at people. But the thing is, she can't see anything besides her surroundings. Like once she goes into it, she can't see the survivors, she can only hear them. And it's basically like phasing in and out. So it's like she goes faster and like appears out of nowhere and just smacks you. So with that information, what do you think her name is?
Mary.
All right, Mary. Her name is Rin.
Okay.
Yeah, Yamaoka. I swear if I keep doing that. Oh, the Legion. So, as the name would imply, it's a legion. So, these are actually 4 people. You don't play as all 4 people, but you can choose between the 4 of them. They all have the same ability. So these are 4 people, two guys and 2 girls. So 2 dudes and 2 chicks. And basically their thing is literally just chasing people. So like their ability is literally just they like flip their knife around and then they inflict like a deep wound upon like everyone, and if they get all 4 survivors into that state, then they can insta down someone. But basically their whole thing is just about like the chase. And there's 4 of them, 2 dudes, 2 chicks. What do you think their names are?
Tabitha and Anna Marie, and John and Joe.
Oh, you're very close with one. You're very close. So I don't know if it shows them all of them immediately, but I'll just say it right now. It's Frank and Joey. So you were close with Joe, and Susie and Julie. So those are the names. I play them, so I know the names. I'm gonna keep doing that this entire time. The Plague. So very, very, very interesting gal, right? Very, very interesting. Her entire thing, get this, is puking on people. Yeah, that's literally her thing. And if basically it puts like a status effect on survivors, and if the survivors cleanse that status effect, if she goes to the fountain that they cleansed at, she then has a special kind of puke that basically damages people instead. Mommy, KP, why? Oh my gosh, KP, I freaking love you. Anyway, so yeah, she pukes on people basically. So, what do you think her name is?
Penelope.
Penelope. Okay.
Penelope the puker.
All right. Adiris. That is her name. I actually don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but close enough. I almost pressed lobby again. Oh my gosh. The Oni. sometimes lovingly referred to as OnlyFans. Just kidding, I only do that as a joke. But anywho, his whole thing is he's an Oni. Like, do you know like anything about like
No,
different types of spirits or anything?
No.
Okay, well they're like different types of like spirits and stuff. He's what people would call an Oni. His thing is he's basically like a samurai dude. He slashes at people, but he sucks up their like the blood they leave behind, which fuels like a kind of like primal rage, where when he enters into that, he busts out the big club on his back, and he can like charge up like a charge, like a physical charge, basically beat someone down with the club and like insta down them like that. And he has like a set amount of time he can do that before he has to suck up more blood orbs and whatnot to do it. But that's what he can do. So what do you think his name is?
Let's see. I'll say Yin.
Yin. Okay, Rin and Yin, who knows? Was never Kazan Yamaoka.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, hold up, chat. KP, does anyone know if the Oni and the spirit are related? So yeah, alright, descendant of that. I think they are. That's crazy. I did not know that. So that is the Oni baloney, the Oni guacamole, the only Oni. Anyway, so next up, the Death Slinger. His thing is this gun right here, which basically, when he has it loaded, he shoots a harpoon into the survivor and slowly pulls them toward him before he hits them. And that's like his entire thing. Then he has to like reload the chain and whatnot. But his whole thing is that gun. He's like from the West, you know. He's like a gunslinger. But that's his thing. So what do you think his name is?
Trying to pick a Western name. Let's go with Wyatt.
Not a bad guess. Not a bad guess. Name is Caleb Quinn. Caleb Quinn. The Blight. So this dude's whole thing.
Does he snot on people?
No. So this dude's whole thing, the reason he's like this is because he was basically like a scientist. The, you know, experiment gone wrong, obviously. His thing is he injects himself with like a serum that makes him run really fast. And that's basically his whole thing. He runs really fast. Yeah, bouncy boy. He runs really fast. And if he hits something, he can bounce off of it and run in another direction. But basically his whole thing is he really fast.
So it has nothing to do with the dripping stuff.
That's just the Blight serum. Because that's what it's called. It's like the Blight serum. That's why he's called the Blight. Because he's all about the serum. Like basically he's addicted to it, essentially.
Oh, let's call him Steve.
Steve. All right. Let's see if old Steven is the name. Nope. Talbot Grimes.
Okay.
Yeah, Scottish chemist. Yeah. Talbot Grimes. The twins. So, yes, you were seeing that right.
Merged. Okay.
Yeah, so the twins are two. It's this big girl and this would he be KP, would he be considered a baby or a fetus? I don't know. I don't know what he is. I can't say his name because, you know, she hasn't guessed yet. They both have names, by the way.
Oh, I had the perfect names for him.
All right. So hold on. So their thing is she basically sends him out. Every now and then she can send him out to like pounce on survivors and like grab onto them. But basically they're brother and sister.
The little person is Lenny. And the woman is Georgia.
Lenny and Georgia. Survey says. All right. She's Charlotte and Victor.
Okay.
Yeah. Old Vicky. I swear if I
That was a nod to a mice and men, by the way.
This one, she, the artist, and her thing is like crows and whatnot. Basically, she makes like these ink crows that like fly towards survivors and like basically make a swarm of miniature crows like go around them until they like dispel it or something. but like that's basically her whole thing. And yeah, she has like her arms are, you know,
claws.
Those claws, and they're made of basically like ink. So that's her thing. What do you think her name is?
Belinda.
Belinda. Survey says Carmina. Carmina Mora.
Yeah, it is the same sound.
Yep. The Knight. His thing is he sends out spirits of basically different knights that like patrol an area and like basically chase survivors around. He has the sword that he like, you know, makes a big slash himself, but he also sends out other knight spirits like of different varieties. So what do you think his name is? I will say it's a complicated name. I'll say that.
I'm still gonna go with Merlin.
All right. I have no idea. Tarhos Kovacs, however you pronounce that. That's his name. The Skull Merchant. Her whole thing is setting up drones that kind of watch over a circle area, and that's like her thing. And she's like, I'm pretty sure she's like really rich or something, but yeah.
Maggie.
All right. Name is Adriana. Final one, the Trickster. So his whole thing is he's basically like a wannabe pop star, right? So his ability is he has like a bunch of like little throwing knives that he throws at people. So like he like busts them out and just starts chucking them. They don't damage a lot, but like if he hits you with a lot of them, you eventually go down. And then he has like a secondary ability where like he throws them even faster. But basically that's like his whole thing.
I shall call him Michael.
Michael. You're giving him an American name?
I didn't know he was American.
Okay, hold up. You think that
I did not know he wasn't American. But you know, non-Americans can be called Michael.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna give you a chance. It's not going to be an American name. I'm gonna give you a second chance here. I'm gonna give you saving grace here.
And do you really think I'm just
think of like a Korean sounding name.
Lynn.
You know what? Whatever. I'll take it. Lynn. His name is Ji-woon. Ji-woon Hawk. That is his name. So, all right. So that is all the ones that we are going to guess. And again, like I said, not gonna go through all the licensed ones, but Benji, do you have any parting words to the audience before you depart?
It was interesting.
It was interesting.
Yes.
Do they are they very scary once you learn their real names?
No, they're mostly sad.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's unironically true. But yeah. If you guys want to see more of Mom and Benji, let me know. But other than that,
Toodles.
Toodles. Yeah. But yeah, so hit the like button, subscribe, everything like that. All right. God bless. Stay awesome. Peace out.